Hello, everybody, and welcome to another phenomenal week, a phenomenal Tuesday, Taco Tuesday for LeBron James, but for the University of Missouri, for MUTV, it is Triple Play Tuesday. I am your host, Ryan Crothers. Alongside me is Kayler Smith and Reiss Wegman. Kayler, where are you from?
I am from Kansas City, as you can tell.
Missouri side?
Yes.
Kansas City, Missouri, the best side of Kansas City. Reiss.
I'm from Trenton, Illinois, about 45 minutes east of St. Louis.
Cool. So we have a Missouri versus Illinois showdown, almost our own little border rivalry.
Rights.
Yeah, you know,
Dang.
bragging rights showdown here. But as you can see, Blues fan, Chiefs fan, kind of reminds us of that Kansas City-St. Louis rivalry. I don't know. Do you like all St. Louis teams or?
Yeah, all St. Louis teams, Cardinals, Blues, and then NFL, I'm a Dolphins fan. So.
Dolphins. That's brutal.
Not lately, been lighting it up.
That's true. You can't. Hey, if you didn't love them when they were 0-7, you can't love them when they're 2-7.
There you go.
Speaking of 2-7, 2-7 right there. Larry Johnson,
There you go.
Chiefs fan. How about that ending in the Titans game on Sunday?
I don't think I've ever been more frustrated to where the point I was speechless.
Yes.
Like, I just sat in silence.
As a Broncos fan, I sat in cheer. I was screaming because I was so happy. But
That's Ryan Tannehill, too.
Yeah. Ryan Tannehill's
Dolphins
got
just
the best
produced
first
great
name.
quarterbacks.
Yeah, best first name in sports, Ryan Tannehill. But I mean, what a crazy way to end a game. I would have
That's
never
terrible.
predicted that.
I thought maybe we'd miss it if anything, but no, a block.
Oh my gosh! And then the first one too, where bobbled the snap and then
Yeah.
he just threw it away. Intentional grounding gave the Titans 10 extra yards, and then
You
for
know
it
what?
to get
Mahomes did
blocked
his
of all
job,
things.
so-
Mahomes put up over
We're
400
okay with
yards,
it.
3
We're okay with
touchdowns.
it.
Pretty decent game, I guess.
Pretty mediocre.
Better than Brandon Allen, Broncos starting quarterback. And better than Ryan Fitzpatrick, who also has the best first name in sports.
Fitzmagic.
Yes, and potentially the best beard in sports.
Definitely the best beard in
Yes,
sports.
I
Guaranteed.
love me some Fitzmagic. But hopefully you have some Fitzmagic and you have some Mahomes magic in you guys for this episode of Triple Play. How things work: first round, I will have a former championship roster of any sport. I'll give you guys that roster in a second. What I'll have you guys do is just name any player from that roster. If you name a player, that's a point. You have up to 2 strikes. As soon as you get your second strike, your opponent has up to 3 guesses to get up to 3 points. They could use all 3, they could use 2, they could use 1, but they get 3 guesses, whatever. Understand rules of round number 1?
Yes.
All right. Hopefully you guys remember kind of, say the Dolphins went 9-7, just won 9 straight games, made the playoffs. Be a kind of crazy wild card, What if like a wild card that has a pretty bad record went on to win the Super Bowl? When have we seen that before? Oh yeah, the Giants. 2007 and 2008, way back 11 years ago. Led by, can't say, but the 2007-2008 New York Football Giants. Kayler, do you have anyone on that roster?
Eli Manning.
Yes, probably the easiest one. Reiss.
Ooh, this is a while ago. Played the Patriots.
They did play the Patriots. Thank goodness they won.
Oh, that's brutal. Sterling Shepard.
Sterling Shepard, no. I'm not even sure he was
I don't
in
think
high
he was.
school at that point.
No chance.
Because, he might have been balling in 8th grade. But that's strike number 1, Kayler.
Oh my gosh, I'm really thinking hard. Like, I can see the video of him, but I cannot.
Yep. I know who you're talking about.
Coming up with blanks right now.
Coming up with blanks, can take strike.
Yep,
Give
I'll
you
take
some
my
time
strike.
to think about
Yeah.
more. Reiss?
Prince Amukamara.
Prince Amukamara. I believe that was just a little before his time. As a matter of fact, it was, as I do not see him, even as a reserve and backup, he was not on the roster just yet. Kayler, you got a couple extra seconds. I know it's a tough one, but do you have any other names?
You can just like see me stirring this whole time while he's talking, trying to think of it, but no.
You don't have any
No.
names? All right, that's okay. It's 1-0.
Yeah.
You got the biggest name out
Who
there.
was it?
If no one got Eli Manning, I would have been very upset with you guys. Are you talking about the famous helmet catch?
Yeah.
David Tyree caught that ball. Plaxico Burress
Oh,
caught the ball in the end zone to win the game.
Yeah.
Brandon Jacobs was the running back. Probably the second biggest name on that team, Michael Strahan.
Oh.
Yes, he.
That was a
led
while
the
ago
league-
then.
Yeah, he led the league in sacks that year. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that actually. Jeremy Shockey, pretty good tight end. Sean O'Hara, he's on the NFL Network now. Amani Toomer, some old names like that. I figured we start a little hard, and then probably second round a little bit easier.
All
Some
right.
of the questions, and then maybe go back to round 3 being difficult again. You guys know how I like to do that. At the end of round 1, Kayler, a commanding 1-0 lead over Reiss. Round 2, random trivia from all different sports. Literally a bunch of different sports in this one. It could be professional or it could be at the collegiate level. If you get it right, you get a point. If you don't get it right, then your opponent has a chance to get it right. You get 1 strike on most of the questions. Yes, on all the questions, actually, you get 1 strike on each of them. And Reiss, you are trailing, and I started with Kayler in round 1, so you will start. All right. Didn't know you were a Dolphins fan, but here's a Dolphins question.
ooh.
What year did the Miami Dolphins go completely undefeated?
72.
Yes.
I knew that one. I was hoping to
I was
steal it.
72. That
I make sure it
first
wasn't
little
73.
that first little I was kind of like, ooh, maybe you don't know. 1-1. That is correct. Kayler, what is El Clasico? This is soccer for you viewers at home and for you guys, but you guys already knew that, of course. You know
Yes.
what El
Yeah.
Clasico is, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it on your faces.
A tournament.
It is not a tournament. Reiss, do you know what El Clasico is?
A hat trick.
It is not. El Clasico is Real Madrid versus FC Barcelona.
Ooh. Second guess.
Before Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo went to Juventus in Italy, it used to be Lionel Messi versus Cristiano Ronaldo. That might have been where you could have heard it before, but obviously not. That's okay. That was a tough one. Like I said, there's some easy ones, there's some tough ones. Reiss, who is known as the godfather of boxing?
Muhammad Ali.
Yes, that is correct. Got a nice little one there. Kayler, who won the 1985 World Series?
The Royals.
I'm glad
I
you
was
knew
lucky.
that. I'm glad you knew that. If you didn't, I probably would have just asked to have you leave
Against the
at that point.
Cardinals.
Yes. I had to throw a little KC St. Louis in there. Speaking of the Blues, they actually have a hockey team. We weren't speaking of them, but right there, the Blues. Kansas City doesn't have an NHL team,
So,
so there's
okay,
some bragging
Kansas City
rights
kind
there.
of like homers for St. Louis just because we don't have our own. So, like, when they were in the Stanley Cup, we're like, yeah, go Blues.
Okay, so little, not as much of a rivalry
Yeah.
where you'll still support.
Mhm.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Being from Colorado, I don't support any of the teams, but needless to say, Reiss, which country is tennis star Novak Djokovic from?
Sweden.
No.
Oh.
Russia?
Close, but no, it's actually Serbia.
Mm.
Serbia does not count
That's not
as
very
Russia,
close.
but yeah, I mean, Serbia is like right in that area. Sort of not the best with Serbia and where it is in Europe, but it's over there. It sounds Russian,
All right.
but it's not. So you don't get any points for that. Kayler, what is the coldest game in the history of the NFL called? It's got a little specific title. The coldest game ever. Known as the...
How recent was that?
This is not particularly recent.
Okay.
I don't believe you were alive. Neither was I.
The Blizzard Bowl.
The Blizzard Bowl is actually not a bad guess. That is incorrect. Reiss, do you know it?
The Ice Bowl?
It is the Ice Bowl.
Wow, that was so obvious.
I mean, it's not really obvious. Blizzard Bowl makes sense. There is a follow-up question to that. Since I asked the first question to Kayler, it goes to Reiss, even though you just got it. You could be within 2 here. What temperature was the coldest that the Ice Bowl got?
Negative 13.
You don't even have to be within 2 because you got it right on the dot. Negative 13 degrees. Did you know that?
I feel like I remember like on the back of a Madden card one time.
Okay.
Like I feel like I remember seeing something about it or reading something on Madden one time about it.
The more you know.
I looked that up earlier today.
That was a deep buried memory in there. My brain just pulled that one right off.
Nostalgia coming back up. Well, it is 4-2, still second round. Kayler, which famous athlete played in both a World Series game and a Super Bowl?
Deion Sanders?
Yes, Deion Primetime Sanders is correct. Reiss, which team has the largest Super Bowl win?
In terms of what?
In
Score?
terms of point differential, the largest win.
Ooh, I feel like I do know this. I'm gonna go Steelers.
That is incorrect. Kayler.
Packers.
No, that is also incorrect. It is the 49ers. I'm not going to tell you who it was against because follow-up question is who did they beat? Kayler.
What year was this?
This is way back in, oh man, I should know this. Hold on, let me look it up real quick. It was all the way back in the year 1990. So, pretty recent.
It's pretty recent.
Yeah, like 30 years.
Yeah.
The Broncos.
Yes.
No way.
They did beat the Broncos.
I was just trying to think of a team from the other division.
Tie a score of 55-10. Nice little 45-point blowout.
It's a college game.
Yeah, that was almost like the Broncos had a Big 12 defense in that one.
Yeah.
Not
okay,
good,
thank
but
you.
I had to throw a little. I always praise my teams on these shows, so I had to kind of
Reel it
show
back in
my
a little.
true colors and show that yes, I do acknowledge that sometimes it's rough. Reiss, who has the most women's college World Series championships? Which college?
Florida.
No.
UConn?
Kayler. No. Women's College World Series
Oh,
softball.
I was not even thinking.
Yes. UCLA.
I would have said OU, so I still would have got
Yes,
it wrong.
OU is third. So they're just behind UCLA. UCLA just won so many early 2000s. So, Kayler, who has the most college football national titles? Which country? U.S. obviously. Which college has the most national titles? College football.
Bama?
No.
Yeah.
Reiss.
That seemed too obvious.
Ohio State.
No. Bama's second.
Yeah.
Princeton is tied for second.
Princeton?
Yeah, Princeton. Wait until you hear first. Yale. Yale has won the most college
I've
football
heard that
national
before.
titles.
Are they the oldest team?
They won it in the late 1800s and all the way through the early 1900s.
There you
Their
go.
last national title was 1927.
Oh,
So
nice.
pretty recent. I remember that great game. Yeah, almost 100 years ago. But that concludes round number 2. Keep that last question in mind, by the way.
Yeah.
That topic almost. Because heading into round 3, we have a score of 4-4, neck and neck. Little Missouri-Illinois border, bragging rights game here. Round number 3. Are you guys ready?
We are ready.
Who's gonna take home the cake here? All right. My audience can see the number. This is gonna decide who gets to go first. Okay. Reiss, you can't see this number, correct?
Correct.
Okay, now pick a number, 1 or 2.
2.
2 is correct. You get to go. You have the choice. You want to go first or you want to go second?
I'll go first.
That is probably the smart decision. So, round number 3. You're thinking, Ryan, what the heck are you doing? Sometimes I know what I'm doing. We are going to go all of the national title winners in college football in reverse order. So, we start with the most recent year, last year. That'll be for Reiss. If he gets it wrong, you have a chance to steal. And then if you do or do not steal, then you go to the next round. So
This is football?
yes, football. So 2018 starts, you get a point, but if your opponent gets it wrong, then you have a chance to steal that year. Say you do, it's your turn, and then we go to the next year. So you could almost have a chance to get 2 back-to-back points. You have 3 strikes, because it can be difficult, but we start with the most recent, so hopefully it's first couple you could rattle off. It is 4-4, so this is clutch time. Got to kick it into that 5th gear here. Tank's almost empty. Got to get on reserve, get to that gas station. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I'm saying, but are you guys ready?
Yes.
You get a point for each one you get right. You understand?
Yep.
Sweet. Reiss, who won college football playoff in 2018?
Clemson.
Yes. I'm glad you know that since it is most recent. Kayler, 2017, year before.
Bama.
Yes.
I was confident in that one for sure.
Yes, I can sense it. Reiss.
Ohio State.
No. Who won in 2016?
Bama.
It was not Bama. It was Clemson. When you have a chance to steal, you know what? No. You both get a strike there.
Okay.
Now we go to 2015, Kayler.
Bama.
Yes, that one is Bama. When in doubt, honestly.
That's
Reiss,
the method.
2014.
Ohio State.
Yes, the first year college
I knew it was
football
right in
playoff.
there.
Yes, you know that one with Michael Thomas, Zeke. That team was filthy. 2013, the last year of the BCS National Championship game before the college football playoff ever existed. Who won it? 2013, Kayler.
Bama.
No, Reiss.
Oregon.
They beat. No, they didn't beat Oregon. Crab Leg led Seamus Jameis Winston led the Florida State Seminoles.
I forgot about that. That was a while ago.
2013. Yeah, I completely forgot Florida State. I was looking at this.
It's
earlier.
even
I was like,
relevant.
wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy. Reiss, you both are at 2 strikes. Reiss, you get this one first. 2012.
Bama.
Yes, when in doubt, go to the backhand, as Eddie Olczyk would say in NHL, the video game.
He does say that a lot.
Yes, I know, it's annoying. Kayler, 2011.
Let's go Auburn.
Oof. That is
No.
incorrect.
Darn.
2011 was not Auburn. Do you know who it was, Reiss?
Bama.
It was Bama. 2010 was Auburn.
Oh.
So you're
I
1
knew it
year
was right
off.
there.
Yes, Bama won back-to-back, which they were the last team to win back-to-back. And no one else won back-to-back in the 2000 decade besides Bama in 2011, 2012. But that was your 3rd strike,
Yeah.
Kayler. And Reiss, you take the W here, just like Seamus Jameis ate that W before
did.
that Saints game. Worst pregame speech of all time, by the way. But 7-6, definitely the closest game we have had.
Nail biter.
Maybe last week was really close. Thomas almost came all the way back. But, Kayler, I'm sure you'll never forget 2011. The Roll Tide won the national championship. But, Kayler, you did take the L here.
Yeah.
But what have you learned from this experience for next go-around?
You like to do those like backwards questions. I've
Yes.
noticed. I did some studying. in my lecture before before coming here. I was studying some sports trivia, so
Good.
I don't know. I don't really know. You're kind of all over the place, so
That's, I like to throw people off. So
like what was it? The soccer question? What was
yeah,
that?
El Clasico.
El Clasico. See, I didn't even
figure
remember.
I'd throw a wrench in the plans and
Yeah.
and make sure some questions you guys don't always get right. Reiss, your winners half circle right here. What do you have to say?
It was a tough battle. It was not always. It was back and forth. It was a good game. But much like the Blues and the Dolphins were coming out with the win as of recent.
Yeah, I'm not sure the Dolphins are going to keep it up. The Blues most certainly will until they run into the Avs in the playoffs. But for your winner, Reiss Wegman, from your so close but no cigar loser, Kayler Smith, I am your host, Ryan Crothers. Thank you so much for watching and have a good night.